Hello, Ron. Welcome back to Huskers in Enemy Territory. Today I was going to talk about the Minnesota Vikings versus the Cleveland Browns, but instead I'm going to talk about the college football and/or basketball transfer portal because today on Twitter there was an absolute shit show that happened, and apparently there was a weekly press conference or whatever you want to call it that happened in Lincoln or somewhere in Nebraska where Scott Frost was um, doing a presser and a reporter ended up putting out this statement. I'm going to read the statement and then I'm going to kind of give you my reaction to it as well. There's no question it's going to be risky to put your name in the portal. I'll tell you this, it's not supposed to happen. But the ones that really want that are in the portal, they already know where they're going before they put their name in the portal, which is tampering and illegal. But that's the way it's working. At one point, there was 1,100 kids in the portal. That's only 120 some Division One schools in the country. So there could be a lot of kids left out without a seat. Metaphorically, when the music stops, the other dangerous part is graduation rates go way down, way down when you leave one school and go to another. We had one leave that's already left the next place he's going and heading to another place. That's the biggest thing. I think that we're going to get hurt is the kids don't get their college education because they're moving around trying to chase a little better situation from a football perspective. The effects that affects their life. I don't think the pendulum will swing back, though, because every kid who leaves any program thinks they're going to go straight to Nebraska or Alabama, and the reality is that most aren't. We've had some leave and have wound up wound up in places that I guess the right way to say it is Nebraska's way better place and would have been a better place for them. And they ended up, in my opinion, lesser places. But every kid thinks they're going to go get some interest in or more than what coming out of high school. But that's not true. So a lot of those kids are going to have bad advice, bad leadership from other places. Buckle up because this isn't the last time you're going to see all this stuff happen. It's going to keep happening. So from that, the reporter Mitch Sherman tweeted out. That's what he tweeted out. He tweeted out a picture of that statement, and he left out context that I thought was important. Scott Frost wasn't necessarily pointing out Luke McCaffrey. It does sound like he is referring to Luke McCaffrey, but there are plenty of players that have transferred from Nebraska, which I'm going to name off a little bit, that have transferred from one school to another. Luke McCaffrey went from Nebraska to Louisville, which he only played for them for like 2 weeks. Then now he transferred to Rice. Marcus Fleming, he's in Maryland. J.D. Spielman went to TCU. Keyshawn Green went from Nebraska to FAU. Ronald Delancey went to Toledo. Wandell Robinson went to Kentucky. Cade Warner went to Kansas State. Obviously, not all these teams on that list are going to be lesser schools, but some of those schools are lesser schools compared to Nebraska and Alabama. Am I saying that Nebraska's on Alabama's level? No, I'm not. But some of these kids are going to be really getting fucked by transferring out of Nebraska, Alabama, and these other schools because once you transfer, you might not even get a scholarship. Heck, you might not even land on a team. You might be just SOL, shit out of luck. So from that, Christian McCaffrey started calling out Scott Frost for assuming that Scott Frost was just talking about his brother, which he's not necessarily even talking about his brother, which he could be, but who cares? like, I think that Scott Frost is trying to look out for Luke. You know what I mean? Like, why is Luke transferring from Nebraska to Louisville, and then 2 weeks later, now he's transferring to Rice? There has to be something wrong here. I'm not sure what's going on, but some of these kids are getting bad advice, I think, and you know what? Maybe Christian McCaffrey needs to set a better example for his brother. Maybe, I don't know. The kid went to Stanford. You'd think he'd be able to give his younger brother some better advice. Um, like I said before, I was talking about how some players weren't going to get any scholarships out of the deal and whatnot. But then his other older brother, Max McCaffrey, also chimed in and saying that Scott Frost transferred. But he failed to mention that Scott Frost had to sit out a year, played on the second team scout unit before even getting a chance to start at Nebraska. So these McCaffrey brothers are just, trying to, I think, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing really, but it's just one of those things where it kind of makes me mad just because, like, I think in the end that Scott Frost is just kind of trying to look out for the majority of these players. And for whatever reason, this article and some of these tweets were taken out of context. I mean, could Scott Frost, have stated it in a better way? Sure, but I don't think there was anything wrong with what he said. You know what I mean? Like, to me, he's just saying, "Hey, why are these kids transferring so many times? And what can we do about this?" I think there's a larger issue at hand with some of these players, and maybe there is tampering that's going on. You just don't know. And to be honest, I don't know if the NCAA really has a handle on this. You know, I mean, what if there is tampering that's going on? What if Louisville was like, "Hey, Luke, we have a spot open here. We might just let you start." And he kind of looked at it like the grass is greener on the other side. And then once he got to Louisville, he noticed that there was already an established quarterback, and now he's shit out of luck because now he's like, "Oh fuck, they fucking lied to me, and now I need to find a new school because I want to try and actually play quarterback or whatever and start." And maybe that was his intention at Louisville, not so much, like whatever other reason that there might be. But what if that is the issue here? What if the tampering is in fact what Scott Frost is trying to get at? But there's also that other angle that I had spoke of before, where these kids are losing out on scholarships sometimes, and they're not going to be able to have a scholarship, like they did at the original school. So I don't know. It got me pretty heated. I was gonna, talk about the Minnesota Vikings, but like I said, I switched it to the transfer portal because I just felt like it was a topic that needed to be talked about. I'm not necessarily against the transfer portal, but I think there needs to be some sort of better like regulation about it, and trying to figure out like a way to help these kids land at schools again. You know what I mean? Because the ultimate goal is to help these kids get an education, and I think sports should be second. So yeah. So that was a fun little rant. If you guys have any comments or ideas about the transfer portal, just put them in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my videos to kind of put the word out, about the transfer portal video. I appreciate everyone that comes on here and likes my videos and is following me at this point. I'm pretty close to getting to 100 subscribers. I'm at 86 right now, so like I said, once I hit 100, we will do a free drawing to see if you guys win a prize or whatever, which someone will win a prize. And then I'll send that out to the whoever wins it. So thanks for sticking around for my whole rant, and as always, go Big Red.